The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
So I'm going to try and mould some of this crowd little again.
Well, good luck.
Well, do you think I should check in with Mr. X in
18
case he's
on the
got
die.
any extra intel on the
You've made
drugs?
some progress.
Yeah, check in on
I guess
Oh.
the rest of us train?
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll contact Mr. X and basically...
You train. I imagine you're working on like team tactics and things like that.
Yeah, so when we go, we use this team move. We've never talked about it before, but like we totally practice it that one time.
Yeah, I mean that's what
It's like-
that's what nebulous undefined training sessions are for.
Yeah.
So I don't get into trouble, is there anything you specifically don't want me to tell Mr. X when I'm discussing?
Anything about the future?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean about this, what we've learned.
Why would
from-
you be telling people about the future?
I have to be very specific with my instructions sometimes.
Yeah.
Why is this the thing now? But did I miss something?
Well, sometimes I've said things to Mr. X and then... And
Oh,
then
when you told him who I
and
was.
then he's like, I'd rather you not bring up these things, so...
I mean, anyone's identity,
Isn't he
the
your
location of any of the bases.
Yeah, no, I mean it's specifically to do with this drug thing.
Isn't he kind of your backer? So you don't trust?
And it's not that we don't trust him, it's a healthy distance.
So if he's as good as he makes out, he should be able to find out most of this stuff anyway.
He probably knows where we are, as it is. I mean, he did get the communication installed in our base.
Well, that and Janie has been there
A few times, yes.
We saved her life, maybe in the fight with Igus.
She said specifically that she hasn't told me. And she could have been the one that installed it.
Okay, so we probably
No,
she asked us not to tell about
what's his
that.
name?
So
What
we
was
don't-
that guy's name? The old piss doctor. Well, he pissed his pants at the time. I can't remember his name anymore.
Comic-Con.
That's
Oh,
it, Comic-Con. Comic-Con installed through it. He,
Yeah, he used to show up now and then.
yeah.
Haven't seen Snake in ages. So he could be right here.
I'm not.
Grey suit up against the wall.
I'm
Did you
not.
meet
Stop
Comic-Con?
looking in this direction.
No.
Yeah.
You can see that quite close skin.
So yeah, I will contact Mr. X.
Oh, so you can go to the base.
Mm-hmm.
You put the butt.
You just take
Board
George
the
there anyway.
border. No, okay. Yeah. Yes.
We're looking into this, these new drugs that have been popping up lately. I'll go
Oh
over
God, don't take them.
I'll go over the gist of what the processes we've gone through in order to
Like, let them know that we've pulled them apart and looked
Yeah.
at what they
Yeah.
are and how not to
basically,
take
and then just after that, basically say, is there any information you know that could
Have you
perhaps,
seen Marshmallow walk past?
and then basically, is there any information you know that might be able to help us deal with this? I know you.
It sounds like you're about on par with the mechanical researchers, my research team.
Have they managed to get samples of everyone?
For the most part, we only have a pure sample of red rage.
We have a contaminated one, so.
No, we don't have any red rage. We have contaminated blue
Oh,
velvet.
we have
I
contaminated.
will arrange for a small amount to be sent to you.
a
You can
usual
tell me-
spot.
Yes.
You can tell them we have purple.
We have purple as well if you want.
Can I arrange an exchange?
I will get some and then we will make the exchange. Okay.
I also need to tell you that Aegis has been released.
Wait, what? Why would somebody? What happened? Is he like okay now? Is
It was partway necessary. We cut a deal. He seems to be a lot calmer now that he's been taken over by an alien influence.
Oh.
fact, I probably doubt he's even the same person as he used to be.
Does he know that the gamer is still alive?
How would he care about that?
Just wondering.
I know.
That's why I didn't say your name. I said
I know.
gamer.
Mr. will work that out eventually now.
I'll arrange to have that information passed on.
No, there's no need. I was just wondering.
To his obvious relative.
Huh?
Well, he already knows who I am.
Well, the thing is, you've spilled his identity, and if he has Aegis, he knows who Aegis is.
I made a cognitive reasoning roll. He deduced it.
He knows who I am already, so.
Yes.
Well, he had that huge outburst, and that was the only reason we stopped him. So, I mean, I assume Mr. X found out about his huge breakdown. Speaking of breakdowns,
so far! Why are you even over that far?
I hope he hits it.
Seriously. Okay. Where were we? Right.
Drug exchange.
yeah.
So that's
Is Janie okay?
She seems fine.
Good. I think that's all for now. Unless there's any other pressing matters you want us to look into, but looks like you're looking into the same thing as we are, so I'll work out a sample exchange.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just get used to it.
At night. Mr. X is about the same as us. The only difference is he has a pure sample of red velvet. Red rage, sorry. And
Does he want to swap?
yeah, he basically, I mentioned that we had the purple stuff, so he's...
So how many
Usual kind of
vials
vibes.
are in the...
There's like 10 Percocet.
Yeah, so I can just give him a whole one.
So
And I'll still have plenty spare for me.
You might be able to work out more about that drug. If you
My
took
dude,
some.
it enhances cognitive ability. If it gets bad, I can use it. Like, you have to be pragmatic here.
There's $5 that I
It's
can
definitely the
give
most
you.
useful one. And that's health like
I can solve this. I can
non-drug.
solve this if my skill checks just get high enough.
Oh yeah, the numbers.
But he's obviously going to try.
So good.
All the numbers! All of them!
God damn it. Fucking hate you guys.
You gave him the drug.
Yeah, I did.
Because he knew I'd use it.
Yeah, I did.
So I'll return now and I'll get one of those samples to make
Actually,
an
I've got
exchange.
George here. I can send him out to meet you.
I should have George.
Oh, would you? I could have just dropped you because we're still
They-
driving.
It's not till 11 o'clock before the exchange, so I don't know what time it is now. Actually, that might be really close.
It probably is, given all the
Okay.
searching you were doing.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
we'll say it's 10:30.
Okay, sweet. I'll be there as soon as possible.
So, do we have George? Do you have George? Because I could have just dropped you off at
Just
the base.
whatever's more convenient.
So, if we have George, I can put the sample in George.
Yeah, you can
and
drive
go,
yourself.
George, drive
Yeah.
yourself too. You know.
Okay, we'll do that.
Very good. Black Knight. Dude, we'll drive off.
Did that car just?
I'm
Talk.
gonna stand on that car.
Yeah.
Yeah? Why?
They don't.
Oh, he does. He's got a demon
He's
soul.
a demon.
Oh,
He seems reasonable, but
I should have
It
guessed.
has a soul and a spirit, which you would be able to interact with.
Is it the spirit of all cars?
No,
Oh.
it's the spirit of Antamarand,
Yes.
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 which you guys had a pitched fight with, which you lost.
Yes.
You had Uber Rocket on your side too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they still lost.
Oh shit!
And we still lost.
But that was in the magic realm.
Yeah, he was kind of in his
Ultimate.
home,
In his ultimate form!
and in his like almost like
That's why Uber Rocket owed us one.
Alright. Would Uber Rocket not also be real powerful too?
He is.
Yeah, he was.
He's real powerful in the real world too.
I mean, like,
He's still
extra
just,
real
but he's
powerful.
still just a man.
With a man's courage.
Nothing but a man
And a
who
man's
can never
good
fail.
Not ever.
No one but the pure Aryan blood.
So yeah, I will meet with George and head to the usual spot in the park.
Cool. What's everyone else doing who's more important than her?
I told you what I was doing.
We're training.
Okay, I don't need a roll. The fact that you're just training is enough, and you've been doing it for some time. And you were like doing the thing, which you do need to roll for, and you have done. And you are.
But practicing with and playing with spells.
So you're doing your own personal training. Cool.
Well,
You're
I think Buffalo simulates a good opponent.
Jesus.
Training against VR armor.
Cool. So you get to your meeting. An exchange is made, and you come back to the cave. And she arrives back, and she's like, "I'm back. I bought drugs."
Here you go.
So what you were handed is like a sealed laboratory test thing with a small amount of what you assume is pure undistilled red rage.
Okay. Like get out of the suit and then look at it. Like real.
You look at it, it's really red.
Well, I look at it under a microscope.
He has a picture of it.
But what if I use a microscope?
I'm going to watch with
It's spread in red.
keen intent.
I mean, okay, so you subject it to all the tests
Yeah.
with a roll, because it's another day. Which includes injecting it into lab rats to see what it does, like you did last time. Which they die from.
It's just chemistry, right?
Biological chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, remember we ran into this problem last
But
time?
yeah, it's just
You could
you
substitute
take the
at
next
a slight
broadest thing, it
penalty.
just adds DCs on it.
Yeah. So I've got 26.
It's beyond you. I mean, you pile on your bonus from having studied the other thing, and it's still beyond you. This thing has mad complexity.
Can I just keep looking like last
It's
time?
I mean, you can do another roll to like continue your studies. Yes.
I guess I'm practicing backflips by myself now.
There you go.
All right. So that is 33.
In Buffalo.
Still more. It's better than you could ever do.
Yes.
It's unbelievably complex. You think it's You think it's in fact not related to the other drug, except in its meth base.
It's like different in every other
It
way.
has. It's almost like it wasn't. It's not a hybridized version or anything. It's its own whole manufactured and engineered thing. It only shares very few traits with the other drug,
Is it like
which
the
is mind blowing.
Yeah. Is it like this? Does it work in the same way where it like
No, it works in a
works
completely
in a completely
different way.
way?
This thing, it looks like it attacks adrenal glands, endorphins. It actually seems to, as it breaks down, it seems to rejuvenate muscle tissue. And it would have, based on the, like, just injecting into the rats, you know, with the psychology roll as well, you can,
24.
this would be like Hulk rage. Of course, this is before it's been watered down for sale.
Okay.
This would basically turn someone into a non-green Incredible Hulk. They would become literally stronger, way more aggressive. Like, cells would be repaired as they broke down, so it's like you could party literally all night and still not feel tired in your limbs or joints or anything. This, for an athlete, this would be amazing. You could train so hard with this.
Hot Rod wants this.
Hot Rod doesn't need this.
He doesn't need drugs, he has
I
a
know.
magic spacesuit.
I know that he doesn't, but
And funky glasses and a cool wrestling intro. Go check it out on Wrestle Boys.
How much would I think this would be diluted, like compared to the?
You think that if you like diluted it down to what you would estimate would be like a saleable thing for the price, that, you know, to the point where it's not going to be just the murder drug, you could probably, like in a canister like that, would probably make something like 1,000 little if like diluted to the maximum level.
Oh, so this is a concentrated.
They ship it in concentrate.
So Mr. X actually got a hold of a concentrate, not a.
Well, we're lucky enough to get that too.
Yeah.
Because they
fucked
accidentally,
up.
so whoever was doing it just put it directly into the things, which is why everyone got so fucking psycho.
Like the firemen and stuff.
Yeah, it killed them. They killed them.
Hmm.
The kids who were taking what they thought was just a mellow high, it calmed them down so much their brain stopped functioning.
Yeah.
Their heart stopped beating. Too pure. That's why they pulled a retraction.
Oh,
Also, and then the blue was cut with cocaine for some fucking reason. Some idiot. You don't cut this shit. Not yourself.
Yeah.
In fact, in a few days it's going to turn out that a couple of people put on concrete shoes and went swimming in the lake for that.
Okay, so if I dilute both samples and apply them both to rats, what can I determine the results of using both of them to be?
You mean, okay, at the same time?
Yeah.
So you have Purple Rain
Yeah.
and Red Rage.
Yes.
And you apply rat-sized doses of equal proportion to rats, or do you half dose each to equal one total thing?
First one, then the other.
Which one's first?
Full dosage.
No, I mean... Oh, okay. So the first rat you inject both into, with a full dose of rat proportions, will sort of like become a little anxious. It will start like scrabbling round the cage, effectively breaking out.
Yeah.
And then it will explode in a shower of blood as its blood vessels hemorrhage, and it twists itself up into a little knot, breaking all of its bones.
Oh.
Are you watching this?
Yeah, I'm watching everything because I'm just curious. Like what?
Science.
Yeah.
What exploded?
A rat.
Green. A Bevan comes running over to explore the corpse, and it's a green-haired one. Hey, listen.
Then the other.
Oh.
So amounts that would equal one full dosage.
Yeah. This time the same thing happens, but it takes longer.
So it still explodes at the end anyway?
That's the best way I can put it. It's not literally exploding
Yeah,
like a hand grenade. It's just like twisting itself into a knot while its heart pumps.
A lot of
As
blood
its blood production goes through the roof and its heart rate goes up, and it basically causes its blood vessels to rip open and blood flies everywhere, and
Maybe it just doesn't suit rats.
it breaks all of its bones because its muscles contort too much, and it dies. And its little human-like aware eyes seem to be very clear on what's happening, because you also hit it with the smart-making drug, which makes it about as intelligent as a dolphin now. Mixing bad.
Yeah. On rats?
On rats. You could get a monkey. That's more like a human.
Thomas Strait, you just press a button and a monkey drops down instead.
Hook.
Spear butler.
Monkey butler.
Yes, we just come off rolls, sir.
Who's that gardener that cut that tree too short?
Jesus, you've been
Okay.
a goddamn savage.
Okay, Leadson,
I
what's
don't
name
care.
badge? Jeeves. Get ready. Prepare your anus.
Charles,
He's
who's
applied
your
it off the
cheapest
roll.
Mexican equivalent?
El Chan. My name is Charles Birchgale.
Good morning, essay.
Mixing them seems to have ill effects on rats. I could change the dosages, but I think this will just keep happening. Actually, there are 4 drugs, right? 5? 4? How many were there?
White, red, blue, purple, yellow.
There are 5? What if I do 1/5 of both of them?
Okay. The rat has an unpleasant time. It's clearly suffering from physical ailment. It vomits a lot, it shits a lot, and then it falls asleep into almost comatose levels, but it will wake up in a day or two.
So one or all.
Yeah, but I want to know what would happen if I put white noise in it so it wasn't in that physical discomfort, and yellow in it. You know what I mean?
One or all.
Yeah.
We don't have
No.
those.
Have those.
It also occurs to you that the Blue Velvet and Red Rage just straight out contradict one another. And it's probably not just going to be nothing happens. It's probably going to be bad.
Yes. That's why I have the test subjects.
Also known as Soviet.
Well, like you like red, right? So.
Hey, what?
I'll need more samples to be sure, anyway.
But we're not going to get it tonight.
So a lot of rats exploded, and we're still kind of.
Or 2 rats exploded.
That one isn't feeling too good.
I think he'll be fine.
He didn't look very happy.
Would you be?
Just wait for
You
3 or
don't
4
want
days
to find out.
when it's going through withdrawal.
Well, that's something, because I have a bunch of rats I've subjected to it now, so I can see the withdrawal effects within the rats.
I mean, the ones you experimented on the other days are going batshit.
Because I used purple on those ones.
Yep.
Oh, I also would have... The ones I experimented on with the cut
There's
blue, I
also
had
the ones
be
with the
dead.
cut blue, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
Xander.
Yep.
The other day, you mentioned to Bevan a magic place. So you took her somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Do you think that place might have any knowledge on like the Vidoan voodoo magic?
They
or
probably
anything?
would, but I don't think we could afford it.
I don't think that's what that place is for.
Well, no,
Might be worth a
you
look.
can buy information.
Can you?
You buy just about anything there.
I think
But again, being able to afford that is our problem. We don't have enough influence.
Right.
maybe I should go and ask about it anyway. They might be
Well,
willing to
we
work
might
out
have
a deal.
we might have another option of earning. When I went to the magic shop, I talked to them, and they said that they would purchase items from me.
They
So,
did have quests and stuff, didn't they?
so if we find things from
No,
it,
it wasn't.
wait. We've got those pearls. Maybe we could trade them in for.
That's a terrible idea.
I hate them, but I also think we shouldn't do
No.
that.
Not the pearls.
Are we saving them up for something?
Yeah, so no one else can have them.
Yeah, pretty much.
So shouldn't we like,
Too dangerous to
spread
just.
them out into other places and get
But
rid
they'll
of them?
sell them in the shop, and then someone else will buy them, and then they'll fall into someone else's hands. It's how
The
this
wrong
thing always
hands.
works.
Okay, so you
So
sold-
we can sell them with the hope that eventually we'll pick them up off 3 people down after someone dies holding them.
you could still sell one of them at the shop, and then one is somewhere where people are not going to get it, and then we just.
Then
Unless-
Thomas Drake just mysteriously decides that's pretty and buys it.
Unless someone else has already got 2, and they go, oh, I would like a 3rd.
Smart has to.
Yeah. They're even on display in the entry to the spire.
Didn't
This was
wasn't
the
he
third one
that
he almost
lended
got.
Wasn't he the one that lent it to the museum? And
He
it was
lent his
stolen?
third one,
This one.
Which is
and that got stolen.
And that was the one we found in the park, right?
And their insurance wasn't even enough to cover its value.
And, like, none of the ones that Smart has were the ones Harbinger left behind. Because he put it in my desk, remember?
Well, I'm just saying that us holding on to them is not really any different to spreading them out somewhere, and it's a magical.
Because we know we
The
won't
difference
use
is I
them.
know exactly where they are if we have them. They're an important thing to
Isn't
keep
that a
track of.
bad thing?
Also, we agreed that we like I'm holding on to mine and he's holding on to his.
Well, I mean, in a manner of speaking.
But we're not putting them together. We've got them separate, but
Well,
we know
they
where they all
effectively are together. I mean, for all concerned, we should scatter. These could be scattered to the 4 corners of the globe, or we could throw one into space or into the moon or
I
something.
appear to have started another argument. Despite Well, if we do or do not trade in the orbs, would you be able to show me this place? I'd like to ask some questions.
I could take you there and we could try and find out some information. But it's expensive. Anything there is so expensive. I hate to think what this suit cost.
It is a very nice outfit.
Oh yeah, it is pretty nice.
Stretchy.
Whoa, you got it from the same place?
Don't snap my costume.
When you take it off, it's like this big. The goggles themselves are almost
And-
bigger.
And then they stretch out to. That's awesome.
It's
You know,
called Expandex.
Like, you know, like Flash keeps his costume in a ring. It's like that.
You haven't quite afforded the
Couldn't
ring
afford
version.
the ring version. But
Aegis had
Aegis
ring.
had the ring version.
Had shredded now, gone.
Yes, that one.
Not that he needs it.
Aegis one's
He's
got
got a black
destroyed.
suit now.
That's probably for the best.
Well, he doesn't need it anymore. He's locked up.
No, No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, that's
At the
right.
moment, yeah. Because you were busy training, I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need it anymore. He's locked up.
Actually, he's not.
What? What?
What?
You want to add not to that just for completeness?
Why does this keep happening?
Oh, come on!
Mr. X,
Hasn't he been
Meg.
captured like 3 times now?
deal.
A deal with Brooke. What?
I'll fill them in on what Mr. X told me.
I've got to go home.
Why?
Quite likely he'll be there, sitting there talking to Mum and... Oh, God.
No, because he's not Brooke anymore. He's a symbiote for the black oil. So the chances are he doesn't care about his life from before.
So, what is he now?
He's a servant of the black oil.
And what's that? We never
Wait.
really got a good...
Just
Well, Dr. Goodman is kind of the foremost authority on the black oil.
Yeah, and he's...
And you fed him to curse.
It needed to be
When you
done.
put it like
It kind of did.
Maybe some of Goodman and printed onto Kurt.
Or copy.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
Okay. Would,
The
would
good gist.
Xander be worried enough to know that through events that will be coming up, it might be possible for the black oil to get to your uncle, to get to the Star Vipers?
No, because
Goodman wanted that.
Brooke is still on the wanted list. So if he came anywhere near my uncle, the security and all them...
Gets to you or your mother, who are going to be doing a trip to meet with your uncle.
Yeah.
He's also not as strong as he was.
Yeah, thank fucking God.
Like, feasibly, we could beat him now.
Maybe. It's good to see.
That's the other thing. I won't be here. Wednesday. It's only this weekend, isn't it?
It's going to be on New Year's Day.
New Year's Day, yeah.
So you will be leaving on Sunday, I believe.
I won't be here from Sunday for a couple of days.
Going to
But you do have a +1.
watch your uncle get a medal.
Yeah. Mum said I got a +1 as well.
No, why didn't we take
Why didn't they do that all locally? I mean, it all happened here.
Yeah. I rock up to this thing and I've got Ultra Girl on my arm and everyone goes, "Hey, Xander, do you know that's Ultra Girl?" How do I go, "No, really?
Well, you've done it before.
It didn't work that time either, did it?" No.
It went fine.
No, it didn't. She went and watched a robot battle in the desert. It sort of didn't go fine.
I definitely think you should take someone as backup in case something happens.
But who? That's the...
Well,
River.
Your friend Thomas
River's
Drake.
invited as well.
River's already going.
So she's also got a +1.
That's right. I could take Elizabeth. No,
Do you?
Is there enough
When was the
members
last
of your
time you
family
talked to
going
him?
to take all of us?
I've sent her messages online, but I haven't got anything back lately, have I? No messages back from Elizabeth lately, have I?
The usual
The usual.
banter.
Yeah, so I've been talking to her online. I gotta ask her.
So you're going to go to Washington
Again, yes.
again with the same person you went to last time as your +1 to a family event, and and it's going to be very public.
It's
Now-
the awarding of a Congressional Medal of Honor. That's why it's not local, by the way.
Now, this is not going to make Ultra Girl very happy.
No,
Unless you take a
It does send messages.
I can send a message and tell her what's going on. I mean, if the problem is if I go there with her, with Ultra Girl,
I'm a woman. No, it won't work. It never works.
She will not.
She'll tell you it's fine, and then she'll get annoyed about it.
Oh yeah,
At
just
you later.
And then she'll
that
throw
exactly
you out the
that. And deep down inside, she'll be going, "Is it really just? Is it really just?"
I would
that?"
rather keep her safe and not get attacked by the goons in Washington.
So we've rolled.
Out taking anyone, yes. So I go by myself then.
You could take a mate.
Mate,
Yeah.
Had any friends? Although, what kind of backup Lyle would be? I suppose it'd be about as useful a backup as Elspeth.
You know that's not true.
I know it is, but he doesn't know that.
No, I don't know that.
Take curse.
I know that's not
take curse. What?
He looks like he needs a day off.
Hey, Curse!
It's none of his problem.
You know how you're at full power.
I already have an invite too. I'm still trying to work out who my plus one is now.
So you're saying you're going to escort me into the president's private residence?
Yes.
You don't say. Attention, citizens of the world. This is President What is my fucking name now?
Maybe
Oh, it's
maybe
President
Mr.
Keith
X will
David.
let you take Jania.
And that's any better than
Rick and Morty did
We
that.
still have the female problem.
Yeah. You have to take
Only now
somebody.
it's worse because Jania would try to fight Ultra Girl.
That's why I was being sarcastic. You need
You
to
could
take
ta-
a male.
You
have
could
to
take
a
Thomas.
Well, he is a citizen and could leave
Yeah,
town without problem.
you wouldn't have to go through a lot of the hassles and stuff like that. He'd have
Yeah,
backup.
Also,
People
and it
the
would-
public probably
Also, I
wouldn't
love the
even-
idea of the idea of uninteresting man and Thomas Drake attend family.
Well, the thing is, they might not even know that you're Xander's +1 because
it would be
you're a big name.
no, but it'd be on the forums. I
No,
mean-
because it's specific. Because Xander's only going because he has a family pass. The other people there are sort of above me in station. And it would be mostly higher ups in the military. It would be obvious Xander took me. And Miranda will be there. It'll be really awkward.
Maybe
Well,
Miranda
what,
could
that's kind of why I was thinking.
That's not an option.
You might
I
be
mean-
Miranda's +1.
What? That's what I was thinking. If you took Thomas, Miranda could kind of use some emotional support like that. So
Some
You know.
emotional support. Or tell her to stop being a child.
He does
okay,
have
no,
No.
maybe not
No.
Thomas.
I'm a woman. No.
Well, I was just thinking you would have some backup. He could be there to provide some support for Miranda, and you know, it might be a good look for his company and his job to.
Yeah.
Don't tell her she's being a child.
No,
No.
no,
Especially
no.
since you have actually no idea what she's been doing.
No, we don't.
I mean that, and you're already a citizen, so you could travel. I mean, none of us. Anyone? No.
You could only
I
travel
can't go
under
out
the.
of the state.
You could go under the +1 act. That's the only reason you'd be able to go.
It's kind of. So it's actually a lot. There were a lot more hoops than that, and I don't think Svetlana could even go because she's Russian.
You should have seen the hurdles I went through just to do like an interstate championship for swimming.
As
No.
Svetlana, I did get a bye with Anthony Smar on the Smar line.
Smar circumvents a lot of these things, as well as the fact that he was unveiling the Smar line.
Yes.
And then the military took it.
Just blaming it on somebody here too.
Hey, what?
Blame.
I mean, I can come to Washington, but I don't think anything eventful is going to happen at a medal ceremony.
No.
I mean, maybe we'll just have to go a couple of days without you.
Quite possibly.
Well, if you're confident you're not going to be in any trouble.
Have you met my family?
Yeah, maybe I should come then.
Well, to be fair,
Without your suit?
there's going to be somebody else
I
there.
can solve problems without it.
There's going to be somebody else there who can quantum tunnel.
It will be around constant surveillance and detectives.
No,
that sort of thing.
all
You're
of
the
us-
president.
You will have your own security assigned to you, obviously. Secret Service.
And also because it's like, this is a
You know,
meeting.
guys with dark suits, sunglasses, little white coils, and P90s under their
Yeah.
arms.
This is a meeting the president thing.
I
It's
hate
not like
that.
going to an event. Like, they will be on the watch for quantum tunneling specifically.
Oh, you think the White House isn't completely inured to that with highly expensive technology? Come on! Of course you can't tunnel into there. Like, your base was immune to it briefly.
So yeah, the White House.
And base was immune to it because of magic.
Yeah, and then
Well-
they turned that off.
Well, I mean, at least if. I mean, is it going to be a concern that you have to worry about the mutation thing? You know, and being detected?
No.
No, because I flew there the other time with no issue.
That's specifically being dealt with.
Alright, because that would have been another reason to send you, because you're not a mutant and you could have helped him get past detectors or anything he needed to.
That's almost impossible.
Not if you turned them off, you got through and you turned it back on.
Have you ever been through security at an event like this?
No. The biggest
There are very
foray-
few events like this.
I mean, the biggest event I've been to is your Drake Gala.
Oh, okay.
They would be mutant detectors everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that a concern for you?
Not if he's with Miranda.
Not if I'm with
because
Miranda.
they'll just assume it's her. Or her partner. That's who she's taking.
So as long as they stay roughly in the same vicinity, and they cross through major lines together, which would make sense because they're as a family.
This is a doable thing.
Guess don't
Well.
split up.
Well, best of luck.
That's an option. If I come, I can look around. Well, you have to stick to Miranda.
What are we looking for? It's a award ceremony.
Yeah.
I think we should assume that something might happen if we do send other people.
To be fair, most award ceremonies that we've
Remember
experienced.
the last award ceremony we went to?
Yes, I do, but I think this one has probably a few more security people than the last one, and probably a bit more onto it.
I'm interested in the tech level of the guards' presidential security use.
He's intrigued.
He's gonna take down his security guard and steal his shit.
Your sister walks
Yeah.
up to you. Ooh, pancakes. Cold pancakes.
You know, we can just heat them up.
They are being heated now.
That's a slow way of doing it.
I got a problem.
Hello.
Which one?
Hello. I have a problem, and sadly, you're the only man I could possibly ask to solve it. So, Uncle Jacob's thing. I
Yep.
can't get out of it,
No, neither.
and I don't want to go alone.
Okay, yep.
What do I do?
Well, this is why we're talking about me going.
No,
Because you all have +1s.
Apparently,
s-
So this could be, and you could... Unless you take Elizabeth.
Who can
I
actually?
don't know her. She's like the weird game freak that you...
She's not a freak.
No, of course not.
It's all relative.
Well, yeah. Well, you can take. I take Elizabeth and I take Thomas. Or Well,
The problem is still she's not a citizen, which means we have a whole lot of hoops to jump through, and it's in 4 days.
Trevor, it would be bad for him. He can only think to take a girl, and we just think that would be sending.
Oh yeah, you'll get killed. You'll be so dead.
So now you're up.
Trust
to
me,
speed.
I'm a girl. I know.
I don't know.
It's not like you have
You
to
have to
take
go
a,
with a guy.
It's not like you have to take a plus
So
one
we
at all,
suggested
right? Like you can
Thomas.
just go.
Yeah, but
Who's
if I,
already a citizen
if I don't-
and will travel.
Yeah, that
with-
makes sense.
so I don't take anyone. And you take.
I mean, that's
Thomas.
always an option.
I crossed
That would be really inappropriate.
Yeah.
How would that be inappropriate?
I mean, it occurred to me, but for reasons
The
that we
newspapers.
don't know each other at all and have no association whatsoever.
Newspapers. Thomas
Whereas you do.
Drake goes to this big
It's
event
still
with
terrible.
an
Not a
underage
5.
girl.
That's something that stopped rolling. So you're lucky.
I've crossed state lines before. I could probably go.
Yeah, Cousin Swole would be able to go. He's Native American. They don't stop them for shit because they've all got white guilt.
Yeah, but how are you?
It's true.
How do you justify bringing him? See, Xander could do it because Xander knows a bunch of weird people.
We
Boy,
could
does
say
he.
we've just been dating on the down low.
I'm 17.
She's 17.
Oh right, never mind. I'm
And I
Oh.
realise we're very close to being a southern state. We ain't that southern.
Also, if you said that, Uncle Jacob would probably take you out back and
Beat you dead with a hammer.
Put you down.
put
And
you in
he's
space.
the big hero, so he could do it.
and he'd be allowed to.
And just from a logistical point of view, for those of us that are still staying here, probably could use someone like Skinwalker's help if Thomas is gone.
I mean, the other alternative is we both show up completely alone and loser looking.
But to be fair, is there going to be much attention on you at this thing?
I certainly hope not.
Me too.
Probably attention on Miranda. And you two have to stick to Miranda.
Yes, we do.
Really?
Yeah.
What for?
Use him to
Otherwise, a
take us.
sensor will go off and say, you specifically are a mutant. She's literally protecting you.
She knows that I'm a mutant. She knows that Brooke knew that Brooke was a mutant.
She
What?
just
Then why
she
aren't
knows
we in
Brooke is
handcuffs?
Aegis. Because she's protecting you. She doesn't know what your powers are.
She's assuming my powers are something
To do with
to
video
my
games.
gaming video because I'm so.
They are!
I know this, but it's more the gaming side of it, not the gaming side of it.
That's half the reason she's in so much trouble.
So she thinks your power is autism.
Yes.
It's because she told the DMV that all of you were harmless, and then Brooke murdered thousands of people.
Oh shit.
Yes.
I have to go.
That's
Have
what he
another
just
one of
said.
those.
Take the plate.
Oh,
Thank you.
Brooke is out, by the way.
No. Oh no.
Okay.
He's at home.
I said.
If you have to talk to your sister again, if you can bring another known mutant, maybe she could use him as camouflage or her as camouflage as
Mutants definitely cannot.
No,
leave state
mutants
lines,
can't go.
No matter what.
That's the whole reason behind the Suitor Act in your background file, like page 6, I think.
Mutants have less rights than residents.
Couldn't
Yeah.
even take Beefy
Like-
McSuper, and he's the biggest choir boy mutant there
I
is.
shouldn't even be a citizen.
You could go with one of the government-sponsored mutants who are actively on the military
Yeah.
payroll.
Well, that's why Miranda can go, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could do that, but you don't
Don't
know
know
any.
No. Yeah. Now, I shouldn't even be a citizen. But I am.
well. I mean, I'm just a resident, so I don't know what it's like to be a citizen.
Neither did I.
It's just more convenient.
It means I can.
I'm sure it
I
is.
don't have to jump through so many hoops if I want to go states. Well, more than one state at a time.
Well, I just tune out when it comes to voting. It doesn't really apply to us.
Because you don't get to vote.
You don't get to
yes.
vote.
You just tune in afterwards and find out who won.
You're the shit
Yeah.
candidate.
Like a pay-per-view for WWE these days.
Right, I gotta go home.
Try not to talk about the fact that he's not broken, actually just an alien wearing his skin.
I'll try to. I've got to see what's going
Great
on.
way of putting it.
Would you like me to hang out somewhere nearby in case something happens?
No, probably in the neighbourhood. Oh no, you can change forms, so probably all right. But
I could be literally anywhere.
again, loitering.
You should carry pictures of people you know with you, so you can show him that this is what my fat friend Lyle looks like. You could be him and come into the house disguised as him.
Hi, Mum, I'm home, and so is also me.
and then Lyle's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Because he can't change his voice.
Just remember that
For
it's
a
not
company
happening
should
in the
no longer
world.
exist.
I know this now. It's just unfortunately no one else apart from River would know that.
She may not specify. What?
What? Nothing. You guys are too loud. Can't hear it. Difficult hearing check.
I've heard it twice, so
We got the same
we got
number.
the same number, 14.
Which is not 3 or less.
No,
so
that's-
you don't hear shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's that kind. Oh,
Difficult hearing check.
Oh,
It's not a thing in this game. I imported it from D&D. Get 3 or less.
Does one count?
Yes, well, no, it would be 20 by our
20.
rules, but yeah.
Okay. 2, 3, or 20.
I know it sounds weird, but it makes sense when you
Yeah.
when you get your information packet. You'll understand.
Nothing suspicious.
Soviet has actually been playing. It's popped it out ever since
This is an actual thing
conversation.
that's happening to your mind.
Yeah, and I'm just playing with it because I'm like the light glints off
Better
it.
than
so-
ivory.
Did you hear that?
That's not a real thing.
Oh,
BT.
I was actually wondering because I have heard these little Psyman whispers. So
right. I've got to go.
Just
Yep.
You're there.
I'm on the rooftop across the road.
Neat. Like it.
They're all houses.
Yeah.
So it's
He's
not-
in the suburbs.
I'm in the suburbs. I'm in the burbs.
hide in a doghouse.
I can just be like behind a chimney.
when did the neighbours get a big gargoyle on their ceiling?
Actually, he'd be a grotesque. Gargoyles are only called gargoyles if they have a drainage pipe in them.
I didn't know
So
that.
the gargoyles from gargoyles are technically not gargoyles, they're grotesques.
Yeah, but they're like living creatures that call themselves gargoyles.
Yeah, but they're also wrong.
Okay.
Unless one of them has a drainage spout in them.
Well,
They're not a
they do
gargoyle.
technically.
But they're like a species that's called gargoyles.
Yes.
They're not.
Yeah, but they're wrong.
Yeah, okay.
I'm guessing
Also-
that the creators of the show wanted a cool name, not
they
a
didn't want it
shitty
to be
one.
called grotesques.
Yeah, well, just so no. Okay, I'll go inside. Hey, Mum, I'm home.
Dave McLean.
Oh, good. Come through to the lounge.
Oh, all right, get through. Hey,
So, there she is, and Miranda's there, and so is Black Suit Aegis. As Aegis. Ah, Xander, have a seat. Miranda was just explaining to me how an alien has taken over your brother and is using him for a host. Because he's dead.
hold on.
She's really matter-of-fact about this.
Sorry.
Bust up the acting chops, man.
No, okay. I've heard stranger things. I've seen stranger things. I mean, we met Uncle's wingman, so, you know.
It's got Treball.
Yeah, exactly.
Treball's just an alien. There's nothing weird about that. It's like being from another continent but in
should
space.
never be normal.
I know this, but, you know, I hadn't met one before, so...
Jesus, don't be racist, dude.
Holy shit.
I'm not!
Fucking blue skins.
Jeez. What is wrong with you people?
Trable is present too, man.
It's just like you and me, except
Been
he's
enough
blue.
there to
So
change the name
this
of the
isn't
event.
your brother. It's a weird alien monster. Person. Aegis is like, no, I get that.
I've heard of stranger
Sounds
things.
like his voice, though. I have access to many memories of stuffing you into small spaces. Is this a tradition? Should I put you in a
Nope.
small space?
No.
You have grown beyond the small space. Is it an aging tradition? Miranda's like, yes. kind of is.
Yeah, you grew
Not
out of that
anymore.
whole sort of
Not in the real
tomfoolery.
world. Let's not develop coping.
Yep, she did. Yep, she did. Yep, she did. Yep, she did. Yep, she did.
I Bikkering is this, I like do. It is more like me, and is like
There's only one way to stop Labor's taxes.
Kill them.